Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland, here to deliver unto your eyes and ears another glorious Propagandacast. We shall be watching another SNF fight. I know, another, yes, indeed. I've got a bunch of them from a replay pack, so I will be sort of doing those because, well, it's a bit like otherwise on all high quality replays. So, we shall be watching shevunoluckystrike fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 2nd Armored Division, lurching forwards against Barton PL. Barton PL are lining up a defensive line in their Namen des Vaterlandes, holding up for the 352nd Infantry Division with Panzer support on survey. And we are already seeing here some free pioneers start, in fact, by Barton, obviously hoping to secure a larger part of the map initially. A bit more risky, I would say, in particular on Semois, where things are a bit closer. And they'll probably get something up quickly, otherwise from the Wehrmacht quarters. Could be an MG, could be a bike, though probably a bike that would cost less resource and thus be able to fit out just as it's done. And we are also seeing only 2 engineers though, and also rather note the peculiar capping order from shevunoluckystrike. He's in fact not going for the fuel point, he is going straight for the munitions. The one right here, and the one there. That is definitely pretty unorthodox play on Semois. I mean, usually one of the first things you go straight for is the fuel point, but he's actually going for the munitions. That's interesting. Bit of talk there. Apparently Shevu is not happy with coming here too, seems somehow, but can't please everyone is the sad truth of reality. But we are seeing an MG42 marching forwards, so that was the first unit out. A bit risky though, again, you could risk it getting ambushed. In fact, that is what happens. Shevunoluckystrike is pushing in pretty hard for the cutoff point, hoping for an early pin, as it is known on Semois, the Semois pin, in fact. It is that much of a specific pin, and he's actually pushing pretty hard in, but at the same time here, he might actually make a slight mistake, as he actually sort of ends up getting caught right between here. Well, not so much caught, and there we go, we're seeing a Schwimmwagen second out for Barton. And the MG moving closer, Rifleman also moving closer. Careful, Barton, careful. Pioneers caught in fact, but they're popping into the house, denying it to the Americans. The MG opens up, the Riflemen barely make it up behind the house. The Pioneers quickly evacuate the premises. Of course, Shevu could still try and get out here, and we are actually seeing that he's wiring off this bit, which actually means that, Schwimmwagen also gets caught, but basically he can only move through there. He still can actually, and looks like he might try, but no, he apparently pulls back. Interesting, and now actually allows Barton PL to set up there. Of course, at the same time, he's going for the munitions. So again, pretty aggressive play at the same time. Rather than moving up there, Pioneers wiring and tank trapping up here. And otherwise, moving on around here as well. Aggressive stuff. Rather interesting, a bit novel. Mildly put. Second MG42 up for Barton. Pretty support heavy start so far. No actual infantry. Pioneers MG crew keeping a steady watch over this point. And for those again asking for the skins, I'll try and upload them. I'm just so busy lately. Assignments, Christmas soon coming up, so I have to prepare a lot of casts for when I pop home for the holidays as well. So there's quite a bit going on. And for that I do apologise. I'm a bit absent-minded when it comes to certain things. We are seeing our engineers moving up here to engage the Pioneers. And we are in fact seeing Barton. He's not really interesting in moving through here. He's basically just doing his best to fortify this flank, or at least sort of make it a bit more difficult to move through. MG sort of switching back and forth. Pioneers still fighting versus the engineers. Shevunoluckystrike moving forwards. Probably looks like these Pioneers will lose the fight, despite their best efforts. Rifleman taking up position here, but they are getting exposed to 2 heavy MGs, 2 Volkswagens, 2 of the Schwimmwagen, and we are seeing them trying to escape through here, but again they will be exposed to an awful lot of heavy fire, and the Schwimmwagen could try and block the retreat path. That would be absolutely devastating for Shevu and the 2nd Arm right there, and there we go. Rifleman, so little health, there's basically just a sliver. I mean, the only thing keeping that man walking is his uniform. And by Jove, he makes it! The Rifleman actually makes it! The engineers die, though, a horrible, cruel death, but the rifleman squad actually makes it out of it, and that's probably more worth it. But on the other hand, they're not going to be doing any sort of singing anytime soon. MG moving slightly further. Folks goes nearby. Strange start. Strange start from both players, I might say. Looking at the overall picture. MG in the structure right there. Kevin Macleod pushing in. Folks goes moving in with another MG42 to cover. And in fact, he's perhaps hoping to funnel the engineers right there into this by wiring off this, but of course also makes it a bit harder to harass. Barton here getting suppressed. In fact, looks like they were spread awfully much out. And there we go. We could see another squad of engineers go down for Sheva, although he's managed to train another one, but still losing that many squads of engineers early on is still going to be a bit costly. It's still going to hurt him a bit. And the question, of course, becomes, what will Sheva follow this up with? Will he be going for a weapon support center, barracks upgrade, motor pool, even a tank depot? He does have a considerable map control and advantage. I mean, basically, Barton only holds a sliver. I mean, he's even been able to take this point, which is usually considered pretty much untouched for most of the match. But no, not for shevunoluckystrike. That man finds nothing sacred. Or for that matter, too hard to reach. So he went for it, and he's managed to make it his own right next to Barton's base. Talk about brass balls. Balls, testicles? Yeah, never mind. Can't be. But Rifleman holding up here by the cemetery walls. Rifleman sneaking out. Folks guys might make this a slightly less fun encounter for the Rifleman. Quickly popping into the house. And this one, by the way, note, has several windows, of course, slightly better. Although, interesting enough, no one actually ever uses these windows. Perhaps there's something hiding up there. Grandmama. And she smells. Yeah, that would probably also keep me from going anywhere. Even in the matter of war. MG42 covering the spot down here. Nicely done. Slow but cautious and methodical advance by Barton. Mines going down. Minesweeper, by the way, he does not want to get caught by surprise by any sort of high explosive device. Interesting enough, there's actually been no mines from shevunoluckystrike. Although we do see a mine down there just as he cuts the path through there. Rifleman following up. Well, leading the way, basically. We need to move in there. Kriegberg's going out for Barton. Motor pool going up. Volksgrenadiere moving out. The Armies des Vaterlandes. No MP40 upgrade for them. Always suggested you upgrade one squad of Volksgrenadiers with MP40s. Not more than that necessarily. Just one actually tends to do quite nicely, sort of combined with the more long-range rifles. Sort of gives you a nice tool for being more aggressive, flanking and all that, while the other one keeps it sort of from not moving too much either. Not the best position there, going to delay the Wehrmacht at quite a cost. Since again, only one window. But we do see Rifleman moving up there. Schwimmann could move into support, and we do see it moving in. Wire going up there. Volksgun is holding up there against the Rifleman. One Volksgun dead, and this is actually quite advantageous for the Rifleman since they can engage them with only one window at a time. There we go. Nice push in by shevunoluckystrike against the Wehrmacht. Motor pool got an armored car on the way. We do see it not. We're seeing a half track out for Barton. Interesting. He must know that there's going to be an armored car out very soon, but still he's going for a half track. Fascinating. Now we see the troops up here getting occupied, while of course Rifleman moving in from the other side then. A bit hard to contend with. At the same time, we do see the Flame Engineers moving up there, and they do get pinned. Intense machine gun fire proving to be too much for their constitution. And the Riflemen up here at the same time are getting shredded, but now we do see the armored car pulling in, and there's not going to be very much to actually stop it at the moment for Barton. At the same time, though, half track pushing up there, killing two Riflemen, pinning down the rest to the ground like bugs. Being pinned to the ground by something which pins bugs to the ground. Not sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's not an MG42, since they wouldn't care. Too bad he didn't go into the mine, eh, Barton? Or too bad you didn't mine more, eh, Barton? Probably should stop saying eh, Barton. Sounds a bit passive-aggressive. Volksgrenadiers there. Schwimmwagen taking a bit of damage. Actually, doesn't seem to have a lot of infantry, come to think of it. Oh wait, never mind, he has two. But pack ready, the Panzerabwehrkanone. Half-track moving up, now without anything in it. Pioneer securing the fuel. Armored car managed to successfully push out the crowds of town. Going for this bit. And we are seeing some Pioneers on a small mission of harassment down south. And we do see the MG switching, perhaps Barton having some expectations about where the enemy might come next. And we're actually seeing a second armoured car from shevunoluckystrike. He's going pretty heavy in with the cavalry approach. And we are seeing the first grenadiers out for Barton. No medic bunker though, that would have been nice. At least I think so. And the armoured car down here definitely going to cause a bit of problem for Barton's dreams of harassment, which were rather crushed then by the Greyhound. Pioneers moving about there, they might soon get a slightly American explosive surprise.
42!
MG-42 getting forced away, obviously. And of course right here Barton is now in a bit of a pickle. He's got only one anti-tank and yet there's armoured cars at both sides. So of course the question is he has to sort of prioritise. Where do I go first? Why do I go first there? Trying to wire down, but note, troops are much more vulnerable while they're building things like wire. And right there, the rifle and the armor car take advantage of that. Oh, the pack reveals itself. Barton had not cloaked it, thus ruining an absolutely good chance of catching the armored car in rather close confines. That is pretty much one of the best places to get rid of an armored car or any sort of other armored vehicle, where they, in a sort of tight space where they can't maneuver so much, like say a village. So that was quite unfortunate, and right there I think Barton blew it. We do see the rifle behind the flank, and we see the mine going off, killing several men, pinning and suppressing. Bunker going up, and a unit is actually lost. I suspect it was up here. The Pioneers were executed by the riflemen. We take no prisoners.
Defensive propaganda is ready for the lead. The eye of the Reich Eagle surveys the battle.
Bunker up. Defensive operations is up. So many that go defensive, it seems.
Yes, comrade. Losing a sector.
Would have been nice to see some blitzkrieg or some terror. But the Panzerschreck will definitely help in the town again, because the lower confines makes the Panzerschreck a lot more effective. It is not really a long-range weapon like, say, the pack. It's more of a close sort of thing. Hey, let's see if we can't unpimp their ride measure. And there we go, the armor car pulling up. But there's a pack right there. Barton was expecting it. Barton, that sneaky person, and he almost got the armor car. Almost. Greyhound trying to sneak out. Will the anti-tank and get it? Barton turns it, or the crew turns it under the orders of Barton, shouting down the radio. Ja, müssen Sie die Pack geturnen. And there we go, armoured car wrecked by a Panzerfaust. Panzerschreck holding up here against the other armoured car, doing quite a bit of nasty damage. And the Greyhound is slightly forced away. The close confines does not agree with its construction. At the same time, another push against it, and another pack out for Barton. Kampfkraftcenter going up as well, the 352nd fighting stalwartly in the defense for now. Rifleman pushing out again. We could see some Browning automatics go out right now. Very soon anyways, that would be quite nice. Would vastly increase the firepower of shevunoluckystrike. Make him that much more lethal. There we go, pushing in. Mine down, but sadly, Shebu will of course now be aware of what's going on. Schwimmwagen opening up. One kill so far. Rifleman advancing slowly but surely. Grenadiers inside here should be careful. We do see the half-truck getting manned by the Pioneer crew. Schwimmwagen actually getting suppressed, but there's an MG. No, not suppressed, but surrounded. And, oh dear, the rifleman will finish it off. The rifleman, oh, the Schwimmwagen went down. Volkskriegs was forced away here. Why did it go there? But anyways, forced away from here by the rifleman suddenly appearing with Browning automatics. Half-track moves in for the kill. MG's blazing. And the Volkskriegs is firing away a bit as well. Second pack moving in. Barton doing his best to establish a rather thick anti-tank frontage. And of course at the same time rather nice harassment going up there. And still, so far majority of the map control is in the hands of the Americans, of the 2nd Armoured. Grenadiers getting toasted out of the church. And the pack gets flanked by a flamethrower squad. And I get hiccups.
A unit has died.
And the pack is decrewed. And we're seeing artillery actually going in. But where?
Veterans engaged.
Against the half-track, artillery barrage is called in. Never mind desecrating the church. The half-track, the Sonderkraftfahrzeug, must go down. With the Schützenpanzerwagen. Now the armor car moves in. MG crew down as well. Veterans who want up for support units. Pack gets a hit on the armor car. German infantry advances in. Might actually try to recruit that. No, he actually recruits the MG instead. Grenadiers popping into the building. And the MG was actually the right choice, just as an American infantry assault moves in to follow up on the advances of the 1st Flamethrower Squad and the armored car. But Barton was a bit too quick there, going for what was apparently the right choice. I was actually would have betted on the anti-tank gun. But even I can be wrong. Quite the turnaround right there. Barton, though, is slowly but surely making progress. Veteran D2 up for the infantry, making that much more tougher. Though he needs to make some progress right here. Looks like the pack got recruited as well. Not sure what he did that with. Oh wait, he didn't. He just moved up the pack. Raven here pinned to the ground, hugging the walls of the market stall. Grenadiers holding up there, taking a bit of fire. Rifle moving in from the north as well. MG pulling back slightly. Could be an idea for Barton to actually take up and get something a bit more aggressive, calling some support from a panzer unit. And we do hear the roar of artillery. 105mm howitzer unleashes hell. And gets the MG. In fact, it completely eviscerates it. Even showing it can't even be picked up. Quite devastating loss right there for Barton. Grenadiers moving up. And artillery getting called in on the MG number 2. A successive assault, calling in artillery in every, well, pretty much hard point. That could cause a problem for the advance of the infantry. Medics finally moving out. Apparently haven't done much there. Mine stop one part, another Grenadier squad ready. But the pressure is definitely on for Barton. Shevunoluckystrike is allowing no luck here and is constantly forcing the point home. Armor car makes a quick move in and he steals another pack away from Barton. Really aggressive play, absolutely. High's play there. Grenadier down, but he does manage to plant a rocket on the armored car, but it is getting repaired by 2 engineer squads. Rifleman reinforcing, no supply upgrade, he could consider that, or perhaps something like a medic station. I always like those. Pioneers managed to secure a point. Barton has now gained map control, well, majority of them anyways. Though a bit by the margins at the moment. And Shevunoluckystrike has the larger force, augmented by stuff stolen from the Wehrmacht armories. And now a howitzer. And Barton is a bit lacking in the artillery department. Very close shell that pretty much went off rather far. And we are seeing taking up going there for Barton. He might head up for some higher tech. Half-track charging in, though might get sticky bombed or just shot down by all the Browning automatics. Armored car rolls in as well. This could be a sad sacrifice by the half-track. Will we be seeing for the Fatherland going up? I mean, why else go for defensive doctrine if not use it in a moment like this? And there we go for the Fatherland. Urging greater glories in the name of the Fatherland to hold your ground, not one step back. Shoot the Yankees, all that. Anti-tank gun turning about. Half-track looks like to be going down, but... And there we go. Anti-tank gun could get decrewed. We're also seeing Pioneers moving in with minesweepers from the north. Grenadiers moving in. Half-track gone. And the Grenadiers moving in. And we are seeing artillery once more. Possibly against the MG. There we go. Hitting the cafe, killing one of the gunners. flamethrowers burning away at the Grenadiers, forcing one squad away, leaving behind the other to deal with the rest, and that is quite a bit. And the Pioneers are shattered utterly. Oh, the pack crew vanquished. And the cafe has all of a sudden seen a lot better days. No croissants today for the good Commander Barton. Medics still moving in. More infantry rushing in and finding some Volksgunners with MP40s. Die Maschinenpistolen 40. One of many submachine guns actually used by the Germans. Of course, some of them were dependent on the sort of unit they were part of and where in on which front they served. I mean, were they likely to serve on, for example, the Italian front? They were more likely to have the Italian submachine gun, which was apparently actually pretty good. But of course, the problem with the Italians was not so much some of the quality of the equipment, although some had problems. I mean, it was probably they were not really industrialized. They were more relying on artisan work, which rather meant they had one guy working it all, which meant great sort of craftsmanship, but you know, not really useful for equipping an army of the larger kind. Grenadiers still moving in. MG holding things up here, stopping the riflemen. And artillery once more getting called in, immediately stopping the Grenadiers and, threatening the pack. Rifleman squad actually goes down. Pack gets overwhelmed. BAR, though, left in the middle of the streets. And artillery getting homed in on the MG. I'm in kind of a bit of trouble. Pack decrewed by the Greyhound. Veterancy too, by the way. My goodness. I mean, that is quite lethal. I mean, if it gets to veterancy 3, that's really going to be nasty because it'll be getting quite the bonus. In terms of damage, I mean, we're talking 25% from both the main gun and the 50 caliber on top. And the Volksgunners here are doing what they can, but they are simply outgunned, outnumbered, outmanned. Another Panzerfaust, a parting gift before they make a run like hell. At the same time, Volksgunners here fighting versus riflemen, and they do win the fight. No replacement infantry at the moment for Lucky Strike, although he might get something else, and we're actually seeing his own anti-tank gun to join the pack. Pioneers getting murdered. Mines going down right here. Of course, infantry doctrine for Semois, and certainly infantry doctrine is the most chosen doctrine. I mean, there was a seen recently a sort of greater usage of armor, but, you know, things change. I'm sure there'll be some sort of phase where there's a lot of airborne doctrine being used. Grenadiers are moving in, and there we go, the Greyhound, but 2 Panzerx. That could be the end. No, wait, Heinz apparently have forgotten to tie his shoelaces. By some coincidence, he had a great forefather named Conrad. A later part of that family moved on to America. Utterly finding a way.
Ready to roll. Crew, look alive. Engineers ready for the fight.
Taking up position inside the church and immediately coming under fire from 2 anti-tank guns and engineers moving in for a bit of additional fun. Mine in the cemetery turned out to be quite nice. Volksgunners pushed away. Grenadiers with the BAR pushing in, hoping to flush out the Americans. We do see a Panzer Command up. 2nd Panzer Division providing the necessary support. Riflemen are moving in. And a grenade going in against the riflemen. Oh, they do move just in time. Grenadiers found themselves pushed off. And the Grenadiers have nicely, completely pinned by suppressive fire from the riflemen. Nice job right there by Semois. And we once more hear the artillery roar. And we do see an Ostwind flak panzer out for Barton. And a direct hit on the house covering the medic bunker. Grenadiers suddenly found themselves run off. Pioneers are desperately pushing in. They're actually finishing off the riflemen. Not what the Volksgunners or the Grenadiers couldn't do. The Pioneers just take care of. And the riflemen seem to be panicking a bit about the sudden appearance of the Pioneers. Oh, if a squad goes down to the Pioneers, that would be interesting. Although the Pioneers look like they could go down themselves, but no! The riflemen almost get completely wiped out by the Pioneers. But one man escapes to tell the tale of the Pioneers. How he lost his friends Robert and Jacob to the dreaded Pioneers. Must have been in a near close frontline position. No American aircraft above today. Must be fog in England. Now the Pioneers do find themselves run off. He could call in Rangers, he could go for something else. And going straight for the cut-off point, hoping of course to deny the high munitions. And there we go, the Ostwind is moving in and opening up on the riflemen, blasting them apart. Grenadiers pushing into the centre, largely all Grenadiers in fact. Pushing in and artillery attempt to block off here. Oh, hits the medic. Rubbish.
What are my coordinates?
Yeah, we're actually floating a bit of resources. He needs to look into that. That's what I would suggest. And Barton needs to pull off some sort of assault right here against the centre. We are seeing Ritterkreuzträger actually joining in. And the anti-tank can actually get wrecked by Panzerjets. And then meanwhile a fully automatic assault going in here through the centre of the town. But are quickly actually rushed off instead of perhaps just trying to, well, Panzerfaust this, but they might have other ideas. But actually, he could have sent in the Ostwind while he knocked out that anti-tank gun, and he also knew that one was away, but sadly, there was a bit of lack of coordination there, and he was not able to sort of assist, but then again, that might have something to do with a mine causing engine damage. So, of course, perhaps I should just not speak more about that. We do see a full retreat for Barton. Most of his infantry is currently in his base. And we are seeing now resources being expended towards a tank depot for shevunoluckystrike. Pioneers getting to work on the Ostwind's engine. The Ostwind Flak Panzer, based on the Panzer IV, part of the Flak Panzer IV series. Obviously, Möbelwagen was the original, and also had exactly sort of same gun as the Ostwind. The problem was the turret, which actually needed to depress the shields around it to fire at ground targets. Ready, so they're still going in here. Sort of doing something against the riflemen, not quite here. And riflemen killing some Volksgunners here by the looks of it. No, yeah, sort of. And repairing the bunkers well, though that is a nice move. Always try to repair your bunkers. Keep them nicely together. But considerably large infantry force.
What are my coordinates?
It looks like shevunoluckystrike is actually going for some Shermans. Jolly good. Speeding things up a bit. Quiet, and there we go. The Greyhound moves in for, and veterans are free. Ostwind moving southwards. Now might actually be the time to rush in and try and knock out that howitzer if you wanted to. Just saying. If you wait much longer, there will be armor.
We're ready.
Sector being captured.
But no bit of artillery scares Barton off. He could, of course, also consider when, you know, you have two Grenadier squads with Panzerjets and you need to retreat those. Actually, there's artillery going in directly on them. But otherwise, he could consider popping them into a half track and rushing in through the southern path here and going straight for the howitzer and knocking that out. Though again, if he intends to do something with the Ostwind, he should do it very, very quickly. And the Greyhound moves in and just continues doing horrible damage.
We're losing a munitions point.
And oh, he'd actually predicted this. He actually had predicted this. He knew something would come that way, and he mined it.
We're in the shit now.
And now he's sending it out his Sherman. Oh dear, that's actually pretty clever. I mean, not a lot of players actually sort of prepare for someone rushing in armor to deal with their howitzer. So to actually see someone doing it is actually quite fascinating. And I mean, there's no way in hell he would otherwise place a mine right there unless he was expecting some sort of assault on his base. So very, very nice. First time I've ever seen that, to be honest. And now we're actually seeing a sniper out for Barton, though he might actually need armor now to deal with the Sherman, which is currently in the process of making mincemeat of the Ostwind. And there we go, out of control. 352nd Infantry Division is largely collapsing. MG though turning out on the riflemen. Mines going down there in a desperate bid to stop any American advance from the south. Volkskriegs moving in there. Pioneers need to move unless they want to sort of tip off the Sherman. Riflemen suppressed. Greyhound moving in, and there's nothing that can really stop any armor right there except some Panzerschrecks. Again, Pioneers need to move. Oh, Barton was too preoccupied. And the Sherman set off the mine, killing the Pioneers. Now the Volkskriegs is forced to make a run. Radius artillery goes down. Doing a bit, but not enough. Sniper needs to be careful. And the MG's in trouble as well. But Barton could call in a Panther. Funny thing though was that the 2nd Panzer Division's Panthers themselves had been sent off to the British sector, and finally the armor car goes down. 2 Panzerschrecks finish it off. About damn time too. But we do see the Panther, but the 2nd Panzer Division had been forced to dispatch the Panthers to the British sector originally. Later on though, it actually did receive Panthers, but from the 116th Panzer Division to make up for that. So some of them sometimes curious way of Germans doing things. Sniper though went down, and probably those Panzers from the 2nd Panther Division was sent in to support the 21st Panzer Division, which did not have Panthers. I don't know. Or they will make corps support. Always a lot of things there to consider. Rather than pushing on, Grenadiers doing what they can to stem the tide. 4 squads of them, by the way. Later saying, I mean, Barton has a ton of infantry. He's got 8 squads of infantry. Pretty sure that's more than what shevunoluckystrike has by, well, twice the amount. But at the same time, Semois has the artillery. He has the Shermans. And there we go, though. Panther is ready. Panzerkampfwagen 5. And Barton going in for the northern victory point. Flamethrowers pulling in there. Riflemen forced away there. Riflemen advancing in, and there we go. The Sherman to follow up on the assault. But the Panther rolls in. At the same time, the artillery is firing in. Where's it firing, actually? Oh, there. That's a bit weird spot to fire. Panther moves in, opens up with its main gun. Sherman rolling in.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
Reporting full strength.
Was sind Ihre Befehle?
Prepare for counterattack. This is Panzer.
Hellcats arriving now to help with the growing German armor problem. As the 2nd Panzer Division sends in the Panthers that have been allocated to it. Sherman taking a direct hit. Might take another one very soon, and there we go. down to half health, while at the same time Riflemen pushing up the centre. Only one squad of Grenadiers really there to keep things together. And we're actually seeing a mortar out now for no lucky strike. And we're seeing the Panther getting overwhelmed. This is very dangerous. No infantry support, nothing to keep infantry away, and we'll probably see some sticky bombs attempts. And there we go. Mortar round hits the Rifleman, but does nothing. And damaged engine, going to make it easier target for artillery. Ready to see the artillery called in, probably around the victory point to stem the American infantry flow. Probably even catch a few on the retreat. And there we go. Heavy losses to the American infantry, but Panther down to half health. Even takes a few hits from the registered artillery. And there we go, artillery strike. Well, barrage, and I would have thought he would find directly at the Panther. Grenadiers coming in from another angle. Hellcat exposes itself to get out of there. Flamethrowers and Sherman, the only thing to really halt the German advance. Panzerjäger hits and gets the Hellcat a nice hit. German infantry pushes forwards, nice cross moving in. Anti-tank and decruit the pack. And destroyed engine on the Hellcat. That will go down any moment now. Wave following our Riflemen, perhaps to stop the German assault. And there we go, Hellcat gone. And now we just need the Sherman dead. Veterans E2 increases. Oh dear, Grenadier squad got wiped out by the Sherman. Nice hit. And so all of a sudden the German assault is taking excessive casualties and is forced back. And the Panther's not been pulled back for repairs. Oh dear, I think the Panther will pay the price for that one. And meanwhile, the Americans are quick to recruit the pack. And we do hear reports of flak weaponry being called in. Possibly from the 2nd Panzer Division's heavy flak battery. But the Panther is in trouble. Sticky bomb goes off, another one. Pioneers are moving in. But the engine is destroyed. And with only 3 infantry kills, I mean, this Panther will have had limited usage. And we are seeing another Sherman out for Chevu. Sherman moves in, anti-tank gun ready. Grenadiers moving up. And there we go, artillery going against the Panther. Panther trying to get away. And the Grenadiers are trying to fight against the engineers. Looks like they are largely winning. Pack shot bounces off the slope, 80mm armor. Main gun destroyed from the artillery. Grenadiers, and there we go, Panther down. 2nd one comes in. But the Grenadiers are in a bit of trouble. They are taking heavy losses from the Shermans.
They're losing territory.
And the MG's in a bit of trouble as well. And another registered artillery barrage going in. Right about here, it looks like. Sherman very close to getting destroyed. And a desperate fight to retain control with the choke point. And grenade goes off, doesn't quite do enough. And Panther is swiftly getting repaired. Swiftly.
They're losing a sector.
Field repairs complete. We're taking fire on our position.
MT slightly advancing, and there we go, a counter push by Barton, hoping to push the Americans out of the town. Sherman not quite having the luck, but if it were to get outgunned, it might actually be able to sort of do decent damage to the Panther, at least be able to reasonably penetrate the armor. Grenadiers moving in, but exposing themselves to Sherman, 5 from the other one, further back. And the Panther actually takes a hit, and Pax opens up on the side, the much more vulnerable side, and a sticky bomb. Barton getting increasingly reckless with this otherwise heavy armor. And looks like this MG42 is with its back towards, well, not the sea, but something very similar. Panther getting fired upon from all sides. More armor on the way, or possibly an up gun. And the MG-42 is no more. The crew has vanished into the water, into the depths of Lake Semois. Another Grenadier squad reform for Barton. Establishing a defensive strong point around the medic bunker as he's getting further pushed back. And he's getting his Panther cornered as well. He does seem to have a nasty habit of doing that. And we do in fact see an upgun for the Sherman. We do in fact see an upgun. Field guys moving in, artillery going in, rather awfully close to his own infantry. Another hit on the cafe, and that's going to collapse any moment soon. And there we go. And at the same time, the Panther is down. Oh, he's blasting his own infantry. And there we go. He's actually ensuring that Barton can't salvage any munitions from the wreck. Nicely done right there by No Lucky Strike.
Losing ground out there.
Grenadiers moving in. Pantrix firing. Now the question becomes, what will Barton do next? He's under quite a bit of pressure. And now Shermans with upguns are going, particularly with Veteran 2, are going to pose a bit of a problem to the Panthers. And the Grenadiers once more making a run for the church with the Panzers Rex. Flamethrowers coming out of the flank, secure as the 352nd launches an infiltration assault with Grenadiers and Panzers Rex. But they are stopped by flamethrower and some rather nasty high explosive shells. And the Panthers on the move. Oh dear, looks like everything is collapsing for Barton and the 352nd. Looks like he might just be trying his hand at a victory now. More artillery, probably against this point. Yes, indeed. And the Pioneers took a nasty hit. Panthers as well. Bunker, they're not going to hold long. Knights Cross doing what they can without support. And we're seeing another Ostman out from Barton. I think a Panzer IV, if possible, would have done him better. Now the Panthers moving up versus the Veteran 2 Sherman. And artillery going in. Probably registered somewhere around the medic bunker. And does nothing. Nothing to the building. Doesn't even scratch it. Panzerschreck on the other hand flies through the window and kills one of the engineers, giving him an explosive end. Ostman doing what I can on the right flank. Falcons here getting run off by riflemen very soon, I suspect. But desperate fighting for the medic bunker area. The 352nd has been cornered. A lot of strong armor has been lost. And the two Shermans right here are going to prove a problem for the Grenadiers. And Veteran C3! A Veteran C3 armor car and a Veteran C3 Sherman. And more artillery. And the howitzers, Veteran C3 as well. Rifleman squad does not go down, though they do Browning automatic. And another Grenadier squad gets reformed. It's worked nicely for Barton, but sadly it's not enough.
Rifle squad has the objective.
And the Panther advancing straight into the jaws of death. Possibly. Yeah, so far no luck in penetrating the frontal armor of the Panther.
Rifle squad has the objective.
Infantry squad reporting casualties.
The assault goes forwards. Veterancy 3 on the riflemen. Quite a few veterancy 3 units for shevunoluckystrike and the 2nd Armoured.
Ready and waiting.
And defensive smoke screens. That's also rare. But things are definitely not looking well for Barton. Chaos, carnage, lots of blown up panzers. He shall certainly have to face a stern talking to from the Corps Commander about this fight.
The Huns are taking our territory.
I got a bad feeling about this, Sarge. Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
And the riflemen coming under fire from the Ostwind. Panther moving into town.
Enemy unit down.
Shit! We're trying to fire from their armor.
And more to it, looks like even he used a bit of smoke there to actually save the retreat of the Sherman. Fascinating.
God damn right.
Rare you see that used. But again, that doesn't mean it's bad, just that not all players don't use it.
Squad reinforced. Taking position. Back in the fight. GIs. Left element on the hustle. Eyes on
And looks like this is looking to be largely over, although Shea was once more flooding over the resources. All the grenadiers, the Fosco seem to be here. Ostwind, for some reason, trying to flank the Sherman. Not quite succeeding, though. Panther moves in.
The enemy stands at 300 points.
Panther down to half health. Sherman taking quite a bit of damage.
Losing ground out there.
Grenadiers missing, and they're actually retreating. A full retreat right there from Barton.
Infantry
Pack
squad
decrewed. Panther, though, very low in health, actually. Another unit down, and sticky bombs from the veterancy 3 riflemen. That is good night, Panther. More or less. Destroyed engine. And now the Shermans are moving in for the coup de grace, for the death knell, and there we go. The death blow, and there we go. Veteran did 2 on the 2nd Sherman. GG will blade from Barton. Wows, or be some game from shevunoluckystrike. Barton going so much luck, and making a bit of a helping hands reference. And there we go. Game over. Quite the fight, quite the victory from shevunoluckystrike. Certainly looked a bit grim at stages, but he managed to rally around quite nicely using armor. using good support of infantry and artillery. On the other hand, Barton also did well, but problem was he lost a bit of pacing and he did not focus on getting down the howitzer. He should either have sent in the Ostwind a bit more aggressively earlier on, or stand in a half track with panzer grenades in it and knock it out using panzer attacks. Or for that matter, he'd gone defensive. He could have gone caught in some rocket barrage and sorted it out that way. Otherwise, he made some, what shall we say, riskier moves right there. Perhaps a bit of not good usage of the Panther. At least not got good support of it. And I don't think the Ostwinds were necessary. I think Panzer Force would have done the trick overall a bit better. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.